Monday, May 6th, has issued a high risk of severe weather, and it is confirmed that it is causing damage. Again, it's this little area right here. If you are in this area north of Parkin, Now, hello everybody, my name is Christian and welcome back to Skycast, and today we are highlighting significant severe weather, but as we get towards the next few days, multiple rounds of that significant severe weather will be possible across the United States. Let's go ahead, take a deep dive, get into it, and discuss what is expected to happen. Now, starting today, we do have a day one moderate risk of severe weather. This is across portions of Kansas and Oklahoma, northern Oklahoma, portions of central Kansas. This does include areas of Great Bend, Huntington, Wichita, Pratt, Medicine Lodge, and does include portions of Greensburg, Kansas. That enhanced risk stretches from portions of the Red River, North Texas, all the way up into Colorado and portions of Nebraska, where we are watching a triple point area. So that's another great area for severe weather. And then we also have this marginal risk that stretches all the way down into portions of eastern Georgia, and then that slight risk area down here as well. Now, this is a tornado-driven risk, 15% significant, which does highlight the threat for a few strong, intense, maybe even violent tornadoes. Wind is not really a huge threat, but we do have that slight risk down here for a few gusty storms and across the board from the Red River up into portions of Nebraska. Wind gusts are possible, and then also we have that significant hail threat. So this is going to be a pretty supercell driven threat, which will be able to drop some pretty destructive hail. So if you are in or around these slight, enhanced, even moderate risk areas, take today seriously, have that severe weather plan, and be ready to act on it. Now here we are taking a look at the HRRR model. This is the 16Z, and as we kind of play this through, we do get some storms firing off about 4 or 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. But as we do kind of, let's play this back a little bit, we have few maybe small little blips, but there is not much rain out here, and there hasn't been for a while. That morning convection cleared out pretty early this morning, if there even was much. I know there was some last night, but not for sure about this morning. And that should help with some ample clearing. Now, if we are taking a look at satellite view, this is kind of the general area that we are highlighting for the potential for a tornado outbreak, give or take a little bit. But as you can see, very cloudy here right now, but this is patchy clouding. You can see some areas kind of soaking through the ground. This is not direct full cloud cover. The sun is able to shine through a little bit, and if storms don't convect at too early, all this cloud cover will begin to clear out, and we'll start getting some larger clearings across portions of the moderate risk area. The clouds can actually be a good thing because it can prevent overmixing, and that will help with storm development. So a bad thing if you don't like storms, a good thing if you are a storm chaser. Pretty significant severe weather day ahead of us. Now, as we are taking a look back at the HRRR again, we can see very clearly that storms will begin to convect off of a dry line across portions of Oklahoma, and there is a few questions on if Oklahoma will convect storms, because, well, really there's not as much ascent as there would be across portions of the Kansas area. But new models have begun to trend to convect on that dry line, so definitely significant severe weather, long track tornadoes will be possible across that area. And then as we continue to play this through, that's when we start getting supercells firing across portions of Kansas. And once again, just like Oklahoma, there is a volatile environment here that will be the potential for strong long track tornadoes and that gorilla hail threat. And while we are watching this, another thing that is unique up here is that we have more supercells firing across portions of the enhanced risk area. This is for like northwest Kansas, southeastern Nebraska, into portions of northeast Colorado. And this is along the triple point, along that low pressure system, and that will also have the threat for some significant hazards, including some big hail. Now, as we continue to play this run, we can see that about 8 o'clock is when things will really be kind of at its peak, at the greatest severe potential. Once again, southeast, southwestern Nebraska, all the way down into portions of the Red River area. Very rough circle, but kind of just a general estimate. Big time hazards will be possible across most of the plains, and we continue this through into portions of the 8-9 o'clock area. Those supercells still continue. Once again, these will be long tracked supercells. We've seen this on the 16th, not quite like this, but we did see that long track potential on the 16th, and this will be kind of a same kind of risk area. Once again, these will be the significant hail, significant tornadoes, and then by portions of midnight into the 2 and 3 o'clock range, these will calm down, kind of form into a more convective mess as they continue off to the east. And this is where we start clearing for tomorrow's severe risk across a large majority of the United States. Now, for tomorrow, the Storm Prediction Center has issued a enhanced risk of severe weather. This does include portions of Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, areas that are being hit today, potentially getting hit once again tomorrow. And this is from a kind of a slow-moving trough ejecting into the plains, along with sufficient moisture return out of the Gulf of Mexico. It is May. We have those thermodynamics. We have warm temperatures, and that's where we're starting to get into that significant severe weather range. Severe weather will be possible across the east from Nashville to Columbia, too. That marginal risk stretches all the way towards the beach of South Carolina. This will be a all hazards driven threat, and it would not be shocked if things line out a little less messy for us to see another moderate risk, maybe even high risk upgrade. Unlikely, but we will see how things trend. This is going to be the 10% SIG for significant tornadoes. Once again, Kansas City, Wichita, Springfield, Tulsa, Oklahoma City. Wind driven, we have that 30% wind threat, and then for hail, that's probabilistic, my bad. And then we get to hail on the day 2 risk. We have that 30% significant hail risk across large majority of the area for some maybe 2, 3, 4-inch hail. Now, there are a few things to line out tomorrow. Number 1 is storm mode, and number 2 is convection. As we see, we do have little pockets of rain across eastern Oklahoma, eastern Kansas, and Missouri, and all that. And if that morning convection does stay a bit longer, it could dwindle the instability and moisture in the atmosphere. But as we get towards portions of the 6 p.m. mark tomorrow, we will have severe storms forming from Nebraska all the way down to the Red River area. This is a very large risk area, very widespread, and this will quickly form into a linear mode of storms. And if we can get 1 or 2 supercells sustained out of this, that's where we are going to highlight the potential for significant long tracking tornadoes. And it is possible that this linear mode could remain semi-discrete. And we can see Red River area, we do have 1 or 2 of these supercells sustaining. We continue to run through. We can see we get past 8, 9, 10 o'clock. Storms will continue, and then eventually, just like today, they will form into a convective mess as they get out here towards Missouri and portions of Arkansas. Few tornadoes would be possible back this, but it'll start continuing to dwindle that severe threat as you get towards portions of the Ohio Valley. So big time severe weather across the plains. As we do get into day 3, though, we're going to start shifting that towards Dixie Alley. Now for day 3, we have another significant severe weather day possible Tuesday. The enhanced risk of severe weather has been highlighted across Mississippi, Alabama, and Tennessee. That slight risk stretching as far north as portions of Bloomington, Illinois, into Indianapolis, Louisville, Frankfort, Richmond, Kentucky, down into Jackson and Shreveport, Louisiana. The probabilistic of this being a severe weather event is 30% right now. Very high confidence for the 3rd day out. Once again, this is going to be for Tuesday. We don't have a short-range model in rain for this just yet, but be prepared for a few significant tornadoes, pretty large hail, and some damaging winds. Now, besides that, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in and choosing Skycast as your go-to weather place. My name is Christian. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have that severe weather plan ready. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.